What's up, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I want you to hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you are not a member. Also, hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content, all of my videos. Salute to the whole entire LDBC, Lions Den, basketball, boxing communities, and salute to all of the people that rock with me, day ones, new subs. And if you don't rock with me, uh, salute to you too. Look, now, earlier I had reported in the community section uh, that Bobby Portis, um, he had been suspended due to violating the league's anti-doping or anti-drug policy, however you want to call it. Either way, he got suspended. However, um, a lot of people were under the assumption that this was purposely done by Bobby Portis. Now, I want to give a shout out to both Ticket TV and also Too Raw for TV. Both of those guys really got descriptive in this situation. And here's the thing. Bobby Portis did not take the drug or any type of drug on purpose. Tramadol. That's the drug that was accidentally given to him. Okay, and it was supposed to be Teradol, if I'm not mistaken. That's the painkiller that he was. It's supposed to reduce inflammation, but it's basically a painkiller. Now, Tramadol is on the list of banned substances, and because of this, Bobby Portis he tested positive for that, and now he has been suspended for 25 games. But here's the thing. Bobby can appeal this, can overturn this. This is according to the CBA. The NBA and the NBPA can appeal this since the suspension is more than 12 games, and the fine is well over $50,000. So Bobby Portis can appeal this, okay? And I think that he will win because we're talking 25 games. Okay, we're talking 25 games, and this was something that he did not mean to do, and he hasn't, to my knowledge, he hasn't violated before. Bobby Portis hasn't. So he has a good chance to actually have this, appealed and overturned. Listen, man, I know that there was somebody that came up in my comment section. Now, I don't know if he was meaning it, to be, trolling or whatnot. But they were talking about how his eyes are and stuff like that. Listen, man, everybody that looks like they smoke weed doesn't necessarily mean that they smoke weed. And even if they did, that's not the substance that we're talking about. We're not even talking about narcotics. We're talking about a banned substance that falls in the line of performance enhancing. And Bobby Portis did not he did not take this on purpose. He did not do the drug on purpose. He said, turn the left side. Listen, man, if it's not pertaining to sports or any talk or anything like that, please don't come in my chat telling me what to do. Okay, you in here to have a good conversation. That's what we're here to do. Okay, that's it. So salute to you, and I'm driving right now. So you can either have good conversation, good dialogue, or you could go ahead and excuse yourself. Okay, I'm only going to say that one time. But back to Bobby Portis. Basically, Bobby Portis, uh, he's always, he's got a lot of support too, especially from the Bucks organization. They have came to his defense, um, and I think Bobby Portis should go ahead and appeal this. I think likely, he will win. Bobby Portis has had, I mean, he's had his issues here and there. You know what I'm saying, but nothing so serious to where it has to do with any type of drug use or any of that. So I think he should have this overturned. Now, initially, everybody, you have, of course, you had the internet. That it's undefeated. You're gonna have people out there that's gonna make assumptions that Bobby Portis was doing the obvious. When people think of anti-drug, the first thing that comes to mind is that he was doing some sort of narcotics that was banned or something like that. Look, man, it could have been a form of cream or something like that that was that was rubbed on him. And guess what? Next thing you know, he tested positive or something like that. We got to stop making all these assumptions that just because you know a dude is big, black, what I'm saying, his eyes look a certain way or something like that. All of a sudden, you think that this guy is under the he's got something in the system. That's the natural stereotype of a lot of individuals. But the big question is if he does not get this overturned, which I think will be really foul, both on the arbitrator's part and as well as the NBA's part. Where does that put the Bucks? Where did that leave the Bucks? Will they still be in a position in the time of year that we're in right now? Now the Bucks they're not in a terribly bad position. They're in a comfortable position, but they can't play comfortable. As of late, I got to give it to the Bucks. They've been playing somewhat good because now with the addition, like I said, of Cal Kuzma, you know that the Bucks, their goal is to speed their tempo up a little bit. But having Bobby Portis there, who at times Bobby Portis, let's just call it what it is. Bobby Portis throughout the season has had some monster games that nobody has really talked about. And I don't think Bobby Portis gets enough credit for some of the things that he does. And there was a time early on in Bobby Portis's career where I thought that this dude was gonna be the way that he played, the way that he came in with his energy and stuff, especially when he was lighter. I remember first seeing Bobby Portis when he was with Chicago. I remember that. I remember that, man. I remember when he was with Chicago and he had first came in, and I was like, man, he reminded me so much of Kevin Garnett. Like not somewhat in the way that he plays, but just his whole demeanor and I guess you could say his delivery, like his no nonsense type and his raw energy. He kind of reminded me. He had a lot of similarities, in my opinion, to that of Kevin Garnett. And that's not to say that he was playing exactly like him or anything like that, but there were a lot of similarities to him. But I really think that he needs to go ahead and appeal that. I don't know how many days they have to file an appeal or anything like that, but I do know that again, if it's more than 12 games, which in this case it is well over 12 games, it's 25 games, and if it's over, it's 50,000, 50K or more, he can go ahead and appeal that. He can appeal that ASAP. That's what I'm doing. It wasn't, it wasn't done on purpose. And somebody's job should be in question. Yeah, somebody's job should be, at risk, man. For real, for what they did. Especially when you're messing with a guy's money. Come on now. Especially when you're messing with a guy's money, you're putting the team at risk. Especially if it's a guy that they need to count on, in which Bobby Portis, they do need Portis, because he brings a lot to the table. Yes, absolutely. Man, I'm gonna make it out of the way. Bobby Portis happens to be one of those guys that he got the reputation of an enforcer. So there's gonna be a lot of people that like him, and there's gonna be a lot of people that don't really like him too much, and that just comes with the territory. What are these guys doing up here? Good God Almighty! They slowing up traffic for real. But like I said, I hope he gets an appeal, man. The Bucks, they need Bobby Portis, man, and we're not saying that he's Giannis or on that level or anything, but as a role player, uh, Bobby Portis, his services are needed. Um, Now, Deebo Samuels is on the move. Okay, so now and I'm switching it to football right now. I'm talking to NFL right now. Um, as you know, Deebo Samuel, he requested a trade from the 49ers. And I want to talk about this situation, man, because there's something going on within the 49ers organization that's deeper than just Deebo winning the league. Now, he's coming off of an injury, and we knew what happened. He got hurt in the Super Bowl, and I've told plenty of people when Deebo Samuel had got hurt in the Super Bowl, when he hurt his shoulder, I said, look out for this, because this is going to be like a domino effect. And here you have it. This has the 49ers, they unfortunately they underachieved, and that was because of the injuries. Okay, they had a whole bunch of injuries. Brandon Ayuk, who was gone, and as much as I like Deebo, everybody knows if you've listened to my channel for quite some time, Deebo is my guy. You know what I'm saying? Even when people weren't really, feeling Deebo like that, you know what I'm saying? I have faith in him, but I got to be honest here, man. Deebo, his thing has always been health, man. And it seems like the guys that you see that are the most talented, that just have that natural gift, there's a lot of times when those guys just really can't stay healthy. Like if you really want to be honest, right? As good as Brandon Ayuk is, Deebo, his impact at one point was insane. Now Ayuk eventually he went ahead and took over. That's why he got his money and everything. But then you saw what happened. He ended up getting hurt too, which was unfortunate for him. But where is a good fit for Deebo is what I'm getting at, because I'm looking at the NFL. The first thing that comes to my mind right off top, and I know some people are probably sick of me saying it, the first thing that comes to my mind is Washington. That's the first team that comes to my mind, because I said, okay, you got Myles Garrett for your defense. If Deebo is healthy, he can benefit a team. And I think that Deebo, if you put him with a guy like Jaden Daniels, I think that he could do some damage. However, it falls on Deebo. It's not going to fall on Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, provided that he comes in with a good sophomore season and everything, he'll be just fine. But Samuel, I think he needs to play with if he plays with a quarterback like that's mobile, but also at the same time he's gonna find you, I think it'd be good. And it doesn't take anything away from Brock Purdy. I thought that Brock Purdy is a pretty Purdy good. He's a real good quarterback and everything. I know some people want to put him in the category of a game manager and everything, but actually Purdy has shown me that he could be more than a game manager. And that's, listen, when somebody says game manager, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad thing. But Brock Purdy, think about Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, he was holding things down along with Kyle Shanahan surprisingly that I'm saying that, him and Kyle Shanahan were holding things down along with, um, what they had to work with on defense. And that, of course, with Fred Warner, and then of course when both, up until Bosa had got hurt, and they had a lot of other injuries too. I think they had like, they had a couple of linemen out. Of course, CMC was out for a little bit, but then he eventually had came back. I wouldn't mind having Deebo in Tampa either. I think having Deebo in Tampa, I think he would be a great fit in Tampa too. But like I said, it all depends. It all depends on his health. Um, I think he deserves to play for a contender because he's been to the Super Bowl before. He knows what it's like. He's had that taste before. He's played in big games before. Deebo has. He's actually performed good in big games. I think people have forgotten about the greatness of Deebo. Now, have I gotten on Deebo about him doing podcasts? Yes, I have. And see, that's another thing too. That's another thing too. I'm not the only one that has, that feels the way about the podcast. Look, this is a new generation. We're willing to evolve. We're willing to everything. Everything has to evolve. You know what I'm saying? Guys are able to. We have reached a point in life to where we can express ourselves. We can, players can talk to players. I don't have a problem with, players. I think I forgot who it was. I think it was S. Young or somebody like that. Shout out to S. Young. I think he had a problem with a player talking to the opposition or something like that. I really don't have no problem with that as long as you can stay focused. But if I see that it's taken away from what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's on the field or on the court, like in the case of like, Paul Pierce, or, I'm talking about Paul George or something like that, then I'm gonna be like, look, maybe you need to choose which one that you're gonna do. Now I understand that they're trying to set themselves up, in terms of media and stuff like that. Some guys they got it, some guys they don't. Like Draymond, he has a good career in media, but I got to give Draymond his credit. Draymond has been able to do both. You know what I'm saying? Now, is he the same Draymond that he was earlier in his career? Of course not. He's gotten older and everything. Oh snap! Hold on. But yeah, Deebo makes your team that much better. Um, Hell, I could see him, him going to, like the Ravens. I think that, he would be a good fit for Lamar Jackson. He could possibly be a good fit for the Ravens. That would probably be a good situation for him. But either way, I really don't see, like, let me see. Deebo, if Deebo is healthy, I think Deebo probably has a good maybe 4 years left, man. Like maybe good 3 to 4 years left. And that's I say that I tread lightly on saying that because of the injuries. But yeah, he has about a he got about a good 4 years left, man. Good 3 to 4 years left, and then after that, then I think he should, you know, call it a career. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying. I don't see him playing for that long, especially he's been banged up. He's had a lot of he's had a couple of injuries and stuff. But yeah, man, I really do feel that Deebo can definitely help your team. I mean, I'm trying to think of some places that could probably hell. He might even end up joining the winning team. The Eagles might end up picking him up. You know what I'm saying? He might even go to the Chiefs. Even though they stocked up on because they got Worthy, they got Hopkins. Depending on what they're gonna do with Hopkins and Worthy. But yeah, Deebo, man, Deebo, yeah, and Deebo can do it all. That's the thing, man. Everybody look at you like I look at Deebo, man, as just a football player. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on one minute, y'all. They are now he's listed at receiver. Uh, Deebo, he's listed at receiver, but he can also, he can run the ball too as well. So I mean, he's really that's one of the things that I liked about Deebo is his versatility, man. You know, so I think that Deebo, him going to like the Ravens, I think they automatically, he gets them over the hump. If he goes to the Commanders, he's gonna get them. He's gonna get them over the hump along with the defense. There wasn't nothing wrong with the Commanders' offense per se. They dropped the ball at the wrong time, man. Their offense was not that good at the wrong time. But yeah, Deebo instantly he helps you out. Hell, I wouldn't want him to go to the Cowboys. I don't want I don't want Deebo to go to the Cowboys because he'll be begging to go back to the 49ers. Like I said, man, I don't know what happened, why he's preferring to trade. I'm like this. Why not run it back? Why not just go ahead and stay with the organization? The only thing that hindered y'all from going, getting back to the ship was injuries. That's pretty much it. Other than that, y'all had a clear cut way to get back there, but it was injuries that prevented y'all from going. Now, I'm not going to sleep on the 49ers. If they come back and they come back at full strength, provided that everybody's healthy, they could get back up there. Now, you are going to be missing Deebo. Deebo was a part of that personnel that did go there, so that's going to be a question. But I'm not going to rule out the 49ers. We're going to have to see come next season. And I know, some people don't really want to talk about football and everything, but I had to talk about Deebo because to me this is a big move in the off season. I mean, Deebo, Deebo Samuels is. Miles Garrett is too. But besides that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and roll out, man. Straight to the point. I'll get at y'all later.